What's up everybody and welcome back. Austin here with the Evolving Tank. This week's going to be all about these Glowlight Danios and how I tried to breed them. I've seen a lot of videos on breeding Danios and having setups that use marbles, breeding nets, or spawning mops, but I wondered if I could get it done much more simply. I put my small group of Glowlight Danios in a 20-gallon tank with some plants, snails, and a little substrate. There were 2 Neocaridina in there as well. After I put them in this tank, I knew I was actually leaving town for a few days, so leading up to that day I fed them pretty well. Then, the day before I left, I took the Danios out, knowing that if they had laid eggs, they should be ready to hatch by the time I got back. But I did make one mistake that I realized as soon as I was on the plane for my trip. I had left the lights on the tank on full blast, and I forgot to put them back on their timer. I hope they would be okay because it was too late for me to go back now. When I got back, of course, there was algae everywhere, but more importantly, there were little babies everywhere. They were all so small, and this was the first time I had ever bred an egg scattering fish. I knew they were too small for most food, so I picked up some New Life Spectrum fry starter, and I would feed them that twice a day. There was another thing I noticed as well, and it might have been another side effect of having the lights on full power for a few days. There were now a bunch of very small organisms in the tank as well. And there's what I think was probably planaria. A lot of them were so small it was hard to even get the camera to focus on them. Let me know down in the comments if you know for sure what they are. But I figured if anything, they would make a good snack for the babies once they were big enough to be interested in them. The babies got bigger as the days passed, and it wasn't long before they had a long orange stripe down the side of their body. They look just like Glowlight Tetras at this stage, so maybe that's where their name comes from. I knew their pattern would change to match the adults' pattern once they got larger. As these guys got bigger, I switched them from the fry food to mainly baby brine shrimp, which they loved. You'll also notice that the plants in the tank were not in the best shape. A lot of them were covered in algae and there was a lot of mold on the bottom of the tank. Keeping the tank looking amazing was not my main priority here. I tested the water pretty regularly and changed water when I had to, but other than that, I left it alone. I figured if anything, maybe the microorganisms that the fish could snack on would live in it, and most importantly, the babies were happy and healthy, so why change anything? So my next steps are going to be to add these guys into the 400-gallon with all the other fish, but I don't want to do that just yet. I wouldn't want these guys just ending up as snacks for the Congo Tetras or the peacock gudgeons. So I'm going to wait for them to get a little bigger first. Hopefully you're as excited as I am to see that, so please hit that subscribe button if you want to follow along, and I'll see you all next time.